Tales from the Beachside, a tribute to museum volunteer Barbara Safuto. Today, Barb takes the Flagler Avenue walking tour to the historic Riverview Hotel.
Today we're going to take a walk. When I say Flagler Avenue, we really don't walk much on Flagler Avenue, but we'll be going around Flagler Avenue to the various sites. But we're starting out here at the Riverview Hotel, which has a long history. In 1885, Mr. Sam Barber built a two-story house here and later turned it into a hunting and fishing lodge. And people couldn't get here by bridge because there was no bridge. So they'd come by rowboat or mailboat or however they would come, stay with he and his family and hunt and fish. The fish were enormous. There were black bear and Florida panthers and all sorts of things to hunt, so they did. They enjoyed it a whole lot, of course. And then they would go away, and that would be it. Well, when we heard that the railroad was coming in 1892, that made a difference. Now Mr. Barber said, they're going to build a bridge. They're going to bring those tourists over here, and these tourists will come all the way from New York City. So he had to get ready for his New York City tourists. And so what did he do? He had a friend who went to the same church he did. And so when he saw him next, he talked to him, John Vrooman. And he said, John, could you come over to my place? I know all these fancy tourists are going to come, and I got to do something to make it better. I need a lobby. I need a decent kitchen. I need a big dining room. Can you help me? And so John says, well, I'm kind of busy. You know, it's springtime and everything, and I've got lots of contracts to build things, but I'll get over when I can, Sam. So he came over finally, measured everything, looked at everything, and said, I'll be back, but it's going to be a couple months, because I really have a lot of work. Turned out to be more like a year. He comes back with a team of horses and the biggest house jacks you ever did see. And what did he do? He jacked up that two-story house, there it is, and built this lobby underneath and a kitchen and a dining room. And most people say, how could he do that? Well, remember, there was no electricity, no plumbing, no telephone lines, nothing. And it was just sitting on some coquina rock, no basement, no anything, so it was pretty easy.
And this is the original?
This is the original. Now it's fancier than it was, didn't have all the porches, didn't have the curlicue stuff, but it is the very same building, and it's still a hotel, quite a nice hotel. Questions?
And that's wood?
That is wood.
And it withstood the water and salt?
Well, the reason is because in the old days you took care of your wooden buildings. You made sure they were painted. You made sure they were clean. Notice that there's a roof that you could clean off, which they did, because that's how they caught their fresh water. There's no fresh water out here, so you'd catch it off your roofs. Yeah, and put it in a cistern. In a building that's three-story like this, you'd put the cistern usually on the second story, catch it so you'd get some water pressure for the downstairs kitchens or whatever.
Is it still there?
No, it is not. They made it into a room.